It's Saturday, the 1st of June, and the start of what's going to be a very exciting month for us all in property. Looking back over the past month of May, it was an absolute triumph to have launched this school platform. And I'm so pleased people have voted with their feet, they've joined the group, and we now have over 80 members in the space of just a few weeks. Our members are so valuable to us here because the contribution of each member to this group makes it the success that it actually is. Another look back on May is when we have a look at the nationwide house price index, which shows us that despite the shock news of a general election, people's perceived view of the high, which they're not, high interest rates, and also various other economic and political factors, that we still got a reasonable rate of growth. Now, in order for our business models, for those of you looking to acquire and hold property, perhaps for the future, for an income or for a pension income, etc., something to pass on to your next of kin, these results are absolutely fantastic because it means that our business model will flourish. Now, if we produce, let's say, an annual increase of house prices in the United Kingdom of 6 or 7%, with the compound effect, that's going to give us a 100% increase over a 10-year period. Now, since records began, property has doubled in value every 10 years. It's by no means a straight graph. It's rather wonky because we've had ups and downs, highs and lows, booms and busts. We've had recessions, we've had pandemics, just to name but a few. But overall, since records began, property house prices have doubled every 10 years, which means that we're sat in a very favorable position in our property journey, which is wonderful news. For those of you who have not heard of the compound effect, this is something that's going to be very important for your property business and for your future. Whether we're looking at the increase in property prices and values, whether we're looking at mortgages or savings products, the compound effect is absolutely vital. Albert Einstein described it as the eighth wonder of the world. Now, I was quite a late adopter of this. I discovered it in the 2000s. I wasn't taught it in school, but I discovered it when dealing with mortgage products that were what they call the Australian mortgage products. Now, these were imported to the United Kingdom and they changed mortgage lending here forever. Not many of you may have heard of this, but that was the introduction of daily interest and flexible mortgages. So instead of having annual interest on your mortgages, like traditionally in the United Kingdom we always did, you've now got daily interest and you've also got a flexible element, which means you can make overpayments. It's normally about 10% of your mortgage balance within any 12-month period. But even making small overpayments makes a huge difference to the time which you have a repayment mortgage for. And it's quite incredible. When you look at the statistics on this, it is quite a phenomenal thing. So if you haven't heard of compound, don't worry. If you have heard of it but don't understand it, please type in the box below compound, and I will ensure to get some further information about this vital, and what I'd say the lifeblood of our industry is, this vital thing called compound that will be very important to you all. Where do we see house prices go now? I don't speculate on house prices. Suffice to say that May was a very encouraging month because we've had the snap, shock, surprise general election dumped on us. But traditionally, if you look back historically, general elections do not make the market any more volatile than it already is. There's not a lot of change that will happen when an election is sprung upon us. People still buy and sell houses, and values usually still continue to rise. People's perception at the moment is that the interest rates are very high, but in fact, this is the norm. We had to have interest rates at this level in order to curb the inflation in this country that was quite honestly out of control. Thankfully, inflation has been brought back to a reasonable level, and I think this means that whilst not a great deal, but we could possibly see a very slight reduction in interest rates, which will just add to the already buoyant consumer confidence that we're seeing at the moment. I think the coming months in the property market have a very bright outlook for us all. So if you're interested in property investment or development, please share this group with your friends. Please take full advantage of all the resources and training on here. Reach out to the community. And indeed, if you want to chat to me, I'm always available. Please message me via this platform. In the meantime, have a wonderful weekend.